Hello, welcome to Tantra with Courtney. I'm going to answer a question for you today. It's about semen retention. I keep getting this one, so I'm going to answer it again. What does abstinence have to do with semen retention? What is the difference between the two? So there's a very clear difference between abstaining from sexual pleasure stimulation, right? And actively using your sexual energy and using pleasure for a means of healing, for a means of evolving consciously. So that's what semen retention is. The way I teach it, that's what it's for. And there's many different ways of doing semen retention, right? You could do it like a sport, and many men do practice it in that way. I personally do not recommend that because I like putting spirituality into sexuality. Not because I just like it, because it feels good, but I feel that is the natural way of doing things. I feel since we were born of sex, right? That's how we all got here. We should incorporate that into our being, into our healing, for wholeness. If we want to be whole, why would we take out sexuality and not address its needs for healing and reintegration into our bodies? So abstinence, also known as the no-fap, that is something that helps a lot of men to overcome their addiction to masturbating, their impulse to masturbating. And it's also helped men to get back some of their mojo, get back some of their strength. So don't think I'm over here bashing no-fap and bashing abstinence. I think they're great, and they definitely do have their purpose. But naturally, as human beings, we're going to need to move that sexual energy. Energy needs to be in motion, right? So we want to move this energy around. We don't want to just leave it there, not address it. Natural urges are going to come. You're going to get horny, okay? You're going to want to have sex. You're going to want to masturbate. So what are you going to do when those urges come? When we quit things cold turkey, when we abstain from things, it takes a lot of mental stamina. So if you have enough mental stamina to abstain cold turkey and just do what you're supposed to be doing, stay on track, then how did you get into this impulsive behavior of ejaculating, masturbating too much in the first place? So that's really what I'm working with, is men who have this impulsive behavior, which is really rooted in lack of self-connection, lack of alignment between your mind, your emotions, and your sexual energy. And so what we want to do is bring those three into alignment. And once you do that, then yes, you're going to not only have more pleasure, have more control, but you're also not going to have this impulsive behavior. You're going to have also a different relationship with your sexuality, to the point where you don't want to masturbate 5 times a day and ejaculate. So that is the big reason, the main reason why I say to use your sexual energy. But if you're at a state of depletion, right, you've been masturbating a lot, drained your life force from ejaculating a lot, now you need to rebuild. So abstaining is going to help you rebuild your chi, get a little stronger. You're going to rest your system. It takes about 3 days to make a new batch of semen if you're under 35. Over 35, it's going to take around 8 days to make a new batch. So that time period does, broaden. It does get longer, right? It takes our bodies longer to catch up to this frequency of expenditure. So yes, abstinence, no-fap, it's great to recover, to get stronger, but eventually you're going to need to start actively getting stronger by using your energy, by moving it around. And why not? It's the most powerful thing we can do right now, is use that sexual energy to manifest, to heal, to blow through mental occlusions, so that we operate from our true selves, from ourselves that is minus our beliefs that were given to us, or the prejudices and judgments that we have that were also learned by environment. Getting rid of all of that shit and just seeing you through your purest eyes, your purest soul. And that happens with semen retention when you do it as a spiritual tantric practice. Yeah, you don't really get all those benefits with abstinence. That's why I say, let's do semen retention. Let's use it, not abuse it. Let's use it. So men, if you are at a state of depletion, you have been ejaculating too much, then definitely I would say no-fap, abstinence could be something that works for you. But if you do not have the self-control to stick with it, which a lot of us, quitting things cold turkey is fucking hard. So a lot of times we try it and we fail, we try it and fail. I know a lot of you guys have tried abstinence, this is like the 10,000th time you tried it, and it has gotten easier, or you've been able to last longer as far as staying on track of, not masturbating, ejaculating. But in the end, masturbation feels good. it is something that is healthy for you. It's a healthy behavior. What is not healthy is how we use it when it's an impulsive behavior, right? Because it costs us more than just time and energy. It costs us life force, costs us mental function, costs us relationships sometimes. So that's something that I feel is worth putting some effort into bringing back into balance, reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your sexual energy, and making it a holistic practice. And that's one thing that a lot of my clients have said that's changed for them is their sexual perspective, like what pleasure is for, what sex is for, what the intention is of it. That broadens once you start to use it different ways and start to incorporate spirituality into sexuality. So we can talk more about that at another time, but I hope that answered your question. Okay? Thank you guys. Stop yelling at me about no fap. Until next time, leave with love.